Hello. Today we're going to talk about my math fair project, which was over the mean, median, mode, and range of the heights of students from one grade to the next. In the original experiment that I found, they just took 2 grades and did the experiment, but I went further and I gathered data from kindergarten through 5th grade at my elementary school that I work at, and I put all that data together. So we will start. I first of all made this PowerPoint. I showed the purpose of the experiment. The main purpose was of conducting the experiment over the mean, median, mode, and range of the heights of students from one grade to another is to determine if these values change or if they stay consistent. And this experiment interested me because I do work in an elementary school, and I have seen how you can't always be for sure, but just by looking at a kid how old or what grade level he's in. My hypothesis was that the mean, median, mode, and range of the heights of students will increase with grade level and age. I figured that as a student got older, they'd grow, and also being in elementary grades, they grow pretty steadily. Therefore, the values should increase as the students get older, or at least that's what I figured. In my experiment, I gathered volunteer students. I measured their heights. I compiled all the data that I found. I computed the mean, median, mode, and range of the data I found. I made graphs after I gathered all my data. And then I presented my findings. In my data and graphs, I found the mean. I made these graphs on the computer. Median, mode, and range. And then I talked about what I found in my experiment. The results that I found after collecting my data were all fairly consistent with my null hypothesis, except for the range of the heights. They were off a little bit because you can't really always tell, because they don't necessarily increase by the age and grade level. So I just kind of talked about what I found. And then I talked about the changes that I would make if I was to do this experiment again. And then my conclusion. From my experiment, I concluded that the mean, median, mode, and range of the heights of the students could increase from one grade level to the next. As the students got older, I determined that you could analyze their data and determine where about growth spurts may occur throughout the elementary years. My data showed that using the range of a set of data gathered from this experiment did not go with my hypothesis. The values were unreliable and not able to be determined through simple observation. This data is very clear-cut and to the point and very easy to gather. This would be a great experiment for students to do when learning about mean, median, mode, and range of a set of data. Through this experiment, students are able to see how determining these values can be applied to everyday life, which in turn gives the lesson more value. And we always are told that we need to relate things to everyday life. My acknowledgments, I wanted to thank all the teachers who let me borrow their students, first of all, because they didn't have to take their time out of the school day to do this for me. And also, I wanted to thank the school nurse because she let me use her measuring scale, which was very helpful in gathering all the data quickly. And then the references. I went to this website, and this is where I got my idea for this math fair project. After this, I also made a display board over the mean, median, mode, and range of my data. I put the title, and then I also just put my paper here, and you can flip through here and look at the paper. And then over here I show the calculator I used and the scale that I used at the school library, school nurse, I'm sorry. And then I put my hypothesis. And then my procedures, the simple procedures. I've highlighted what is in my paper. And then over to the side, I have the graphs. I graphed all the heights of each of the classes. And the green stands for boys and the pink stands for girls. I just wanted to do this so that you're able to just kind of see how the boys and girls lined up with each other. It wasn't any part of the experiment. It was just for fun to see how things compared. And then also the materials, the main parts of my procedure. And then also I put my graphs over to the side, the mean of the heights, and I gave the definition of mean. It's the mean of a set of numbers is the average when all numbers are added and divided by the number of numbers in the set. The median number is the number that numerically is the middle of all the numbers. The mode is the number that is most used in the set of numbers. And then we have the range of the heights. And it says the range is the difference between the smallest number in the set and the largest. So I just put together this display just to have something fun for them to look at the math fair. And I just wanted to make it fun and festive. This one's girly because I like to be girly and frilly. But guys, you don't have to do this. It all means the same thing. Thank y'all for this. I really do think this would be a great thing to do for students because mean, median, mode, and range are big things to learn in the middle school math years. So I hope that this was a good idea and that you enjoyed it. Thank you.